good, everybody? It's your girl, K Allure, back again for another episode on the booth. You know, we season 2 popping. And as always, we are not alone. I got a dope guest, not even a special. He is the dopest. If you have seen his morning show, even if you have been rocking with him when he was doing his martial arts and selling his teas and his books, please introduce yourself to my people.
You already know it's the Rasta man from the South, Rasta Riek.
Yes, sir. Welcome, Rasta Riek. I am so happy to have you on the booth today.
Thank you so much, Miss K. It's been a minute since we've been in each other's presence.
I know. And look, I told you making me nervous. So now I can tell my people that you're making me nervous up in here because, like, it's been forever.
It has. We got a lot to catch up on.
We sure do. We sure do. So we got to start with you first. What you been up to? Who is Rasta Riek for people that don't know who you are?
Ironically, I'm asking myself that same question because at one point I lost myself as Rasta Riek, and now I'm coming back to myself as Rasta Riek.
Okay.
And the best way I can define Rasta Riek is a man of three things: wisdom, wellness, and love.
Ooh.
Because that's really much the staple of my life right now. That's the philosophy that I'm living behind, and I say right now, that's who Rasta Riek is, and that's who he's gonna be.
I like that. And that's actually the topic of today. We definitely have wisdom. Well,
okay,
popping up in here.
Okay.
In the topics today. But let them know where they can find you as well before we start.
So, y'all can find me at Rastariek, Rastariek, on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on TikTok, I think, at the same Rastariek, if not Rastariek TV. And you can find me on YouTube at Rastariek TV, like the television.
Make sure
and you can follow me on Threads at Rastariek.
Ooh, how you liking Threads?
Honestly, I think I like Threads more than Twitter.
Yeah.
Because for one, it gave me a chance to do my Twitter on a clean slate without making a new Twitter.
Facts.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think Twitter needs to just stay where it's at right now. Twitter ain't being resurrected. It's at its own lane. And Elon Musk got all kinds of stuff going on.
He got too much stuff going on, and Twitter is just doing the most for me.
The other thing I like about Threads too, it seems like from what I've been playing with, is to engage more conversation.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
And I think that's why it's called Threads, because at first I thought when they said made Threads, I'm thinking something like Twitter Threads.
Right, me too.
But what I'm realizing is like how you kind of have your quote retweet feature. I feel like it's making it more focused on the interaction. Like it's pretty much encouraging you to quote retweet or quote thread on a post.
Also too, if you have like businesses like we do, it makes it easier to engage with our viewers, and it's a fresh start because Twitter is so oversaturated. Instagram is so oversaturated. So if you're jumping on Threads and you have a business, it's the time because you really can get personal with your viewers, see what they like. And also, too, like you said, the retweeting, the reposting, it's quick to share something to your Instagram versus taking a screenshot of a Twitter post and putting it on there.
Part, like, it's literally integrated with Instagram, so make a thread, it go right up on your stories or a post.
Right.
And what I've been noticing that's pretty cool too is that you have the potential of getting other audiences that wouldn't normally see you on Instagram because Instagram is already so saturated. So like when these new platforms come out, it's always smart, to get on when it's on.
Yes.
Instead of trying to see how it's gonna play out.
Facts.
Like everybody say, oh, TikTok finna be banned. Ain't nobody getting on TikTok, but TikTok's still here.
It sure
Better
is.
Jump on today.
Right.
Like I done had a couple followers on Thread already. Folks I never knew about.
Me
they
too.
got 100,000 of followers, folks I'm not even targeting.
And they're reposting my stuff and they're
Threads.
liking my stuff on Threads. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm really going to like this. This is some really good exposure.
It really is.
It really is. But also, too, Riek, you got to tell them what you like, everything that you do. Because this is just your introductory part. So I know everything that you do.
So my whole background is pretty much self-improvement. It took me a minute to even figure out, like, that's me.
Right.
Because if we go way back, I had a lot of insecurities growing up.
Yeah.
So like I got into fitness first out of just the interest of evolution, but then at the same time just being real. It was a female I was talking to in 9th grade. She said she liked doing abs. I didn't have that. I spent 2 months straight on trying to get abs. Didn't get the girl, but I got the abs.
Hey, look, damn you up for that one. I like that one. Didn't get the girl. Ooh, like you see that? I got
You feel me? But this is the cool part of that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
I remember too. It was February 2014.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember exactly.
So the date.
The cool thing about that is that even though I didn't get the girl, I gained something more valuable, was just security within myself. I was able to look in the mirror and like what I seen.
Right.
That started the whole fitness journey. Martial arts been a part of my life since I was 6 years old, pretty much. That started the whole wisdom and mindset journey. And I got exposed to entrepreneurship towards the end of high school. That started my entrepreneur journey.
Yep.
I didn't realize that all three of those things that I've been through, fitness, martial arts, and entrepreneurship, paved the way to me learning how to build myself and then teaching other men that.
Of course.
Because 2019, fresh out the military, I didn't know what I was going to do. I started to pursue fighting full time, but that didn't work out. Started a business, and my business evolved pretty much as I've evolved. As I've learned myself within these past 4 or 5 years, I've evolved with the business. So my business name changed several times, which I'm going to say, hey, if you start a business today, don't worry about what that name is. You're probably going to change it like 3-4 times. Facts. I've changed mine 3-4 times. I don't think I'm going to change it again, but
I hope not.
You never know.
Look, I hope not, but you never know. You never know.
But my whole trials and tribulations, everything I've been through, everything that I went through to become who I am today, I realized people will pay to find out what you know. Yep. And I realized what I love most, more than martial arts and fitness, is just improving myself.
Of course.
Because I used to be very lazy and complacent. But then I found a drive and I found fulfillment. Yeah. And trying to be better than what I was yesterday.
Same here.
So.
Same here.
I came to the whole collection of just, especially within this Rastafari liberty, you learn to just always expand wisdom. A Rasta man is a wise man.
He sure is.
So, when I got into this life, it just all made sense. And it just, that's where we at now. And I done wrote 2 books from martial arts as well.
Yes, you're an author. On my 3rd. Yes.
Actually, I'm working on 3rd and 4th.
Really?
They'll probably both be out next year.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm copying the copy.
3rd and 4th should be out next year. These will actually be some longer bodies of work. I'm putting more time into these.
And then also, too, you're getting older, too. Yeah. So now you want to reach the audience that you are actually talking about on your morning show. I like what you're doing, the advice that you're giving men out here, as well as it's touching for a female to know, hey, like, look, this young man right here, and you're doing your thing. I will say that. And whoever raised you, props to them because they did their thing with you, because you're out here really shaping the community in a good way. And that's what I like to bring on the booth. I like different stories, different backgrounds, and I like people like you in the community shaping us and making us better as a community, because we are going downhill. Slower and slower, we're going downhill. So to have those rare breeds that actually are taking the time to making sure that, look, no, we got to get it together. We got to start with us first. I like that. I really do.
You gotta start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I look at like, I could have did what anybody else did, and I almost did. I almost looked at it like, you know what? I ain't gonna worry about what they got going on. Just handle me. But then you get to a point where you realize what other folks got going on does affect you. It just affects you indirectly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I want better for me, I should help my fellow brother and sister become better. Because in return, that all gonna come back.
Facts. I definitely agree with that. So I have a question for you.
Okay, I have an answer.
How would you define wisdom, and what role does it play in achieving overall well-being and happiness?
Wisdom, I say this every time when I'm about to pray over my blunt.
Over your blunt.
Yeah, you gotta pray over your blunt. And I'm gonna tell you the prayer because it's gonna give you my definition for wisdom.
Okay, let's hear it, huh?
We give thanks to the Most High as we partake of the tree of life. And as we smoke the herb, we ask for wisdom because we understand that wisdom is the better perception of life. And essentially, that's how I define wisdom. Wisdom is to have a better perception of life. As me and you talk, you have went through things I don't know nothing about.
Facts.
But for you to tell me about those experiences, I now have perspective. I have perspective and I have wisdom, not necessarily mine, but I have wisdom of a said situation. Right. If another person was to tell me about something that you went through, even though I ain't went through it, I've heard it and I've perceived it. I can understand what they're going through because I felt it through you.
Facts.
You also have other perceived wisdom through reading books. Anything that nobody told you, that's indirect wisdom. That's how I like to look at it. You have direct wisdom that come through your experiences, things that you personally went through, things you know about. That's the wisdom on that side. That's another perspective. Then I like to say you have your divine wisdom, and that's just your gut feeling. Things that you're not sure you know about, things you never read about, but you feel it. You know what I'm saying? That's when the spirit talks to you. So as far as it playing a role in overall well-being and happiness, I truly believe that the more you can perceive, the more you can receive from the world. Because you won't take so many things personal. My best friend, she tell me all the time, things don't happen to you, they happen for you.
Right.
So when you look at it that way, when you can perceive it from another angle, you might be like, you know what? They didn't even mean to do it like that. Like I was doing a Lyft one day and this one lady cussed me out as I'm trying to pick her up in the airport. I don't know nothing about it. It was the international one.
Oh, Lord.
And I told her, I was like, where you at? Because I can't find you. I done looked through this joker 2 times. And I don't know if y'all done been to the internet, not Hartsfield, but the international.
The international one,
That joker only got 2 rows. You go up and you go down. And you got to go all the way down before you come back around.
Yep.
Well, apparently she worked there and she didn't tell me that. I said, look, I'm going to have to spin back around. She said, all right, cool. I'm spinning back around. She called me again. She cussed me out. Instead of cussing her back out, I said, you know what? And I hung up and I canceled the ride.
I know that's right. Because you also, too, you know, what wisdom does teach you. It teaches you your boundaries, what you're willing to allow, knowing what spaces to be in. Because when you hear other people's experiences, you go through things in life, it builds character within yourself. And it's on you to use discretion on how you want to move. What will you allow? Goes back to the boundaries. In life, a lot of people, they lack that. They lack boundaries. They lack self-control. They just lack it because they either heard wisdom, they don't want to apply it, or they didn't really have anybody to shape them in a way to say, okay, there's other solutions than my first instinct to cuss somebody out. Because you could have been like, look, I need my money. I'm still suffer through this.
And see, that was my thing. Like, instead of going back at it, instead of even let her in my ride, I said, you know what? She probably just tired. She didn't know who she talking to. You know what I'm saying? Because why she went and did that, she knew.
But I also learned too, like, because I'll say it like this. There's time where people have pissed me off to the point where, you know, I want to write long text messages or I want to call and cuss them out. But then I'm like, will I even feel better? And also too, I feel like when it comes to growth, you know that, okay, if they're not giving you the attention or if they're not listening to you in general and you're trying to type out this whole thing, you're wasting your time and your breath. And I feel like that's growth because our first reaction is to react back with the same energy. But is it really going to benefit you? Is it going to really make you feel any better? You're going to be still talking to a wall.
And see, it's just like that in martial arts too. Just because a person might respond with a certain attack, that don't mean you got to respond back.
Right.
Because that might just be a feint. That's a pump fake. They just trying to see what you're trying to do.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And you got to be wise enough to know which attacks are baits and which ones not. Which ones are real threats.
Right.
Because especially nowadays, a lot of folks just giving empty ass threats.
They are.
A lot of empty threats. We can cuss on this show.
Yes, you can cuss on
I'm sorry, my country coming out, so I'm getting real comfortable.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, we have our days when we cuss. We have our days when we don't cuss. Okay. So you're fine.
I just want to make sure. I'm going to still try to keep it
PG-13.
Yeah, I'm going to say PGC-13. That's
PGC-13.
Yeah, because the C for the country part. But my point is, I don't even know what my point was. All I'm saying is, for sure, that's my 2 cents, keep the change.
That's your 2 cents,
that's
keep
my 2
the
cents,
change.
keep the change.
Look, y'all, I'm so happy. I'm happy you're here. Like, I haven't seen you in so long, and I just feel like I seen you yesterday. Like, the vibes is giving it.
Actually, on the way here, I thought back to, like, the first leaf living turn you helped me with.
Yes.
Yeah, I literally thought.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I met Riek, what was that, 2020 or 2021?
21.
Okay, I met him in 21.
I'll never forget, because that was my second time back fighting after 4 years.
Yep. And I remember that, you know, you were going through some things. I was going through some things. And I don't know, something in my heart said, I need to be there. Like, I don't know him, but I need to be there.
That first tournament, I sold you my book the first time.
You sure did.
And me and you stayed in contact. And then
I think I bought some teas and some books. Yep.
The second time, I didn't fight at that one, but you helped me with the pop-up shop.
And I think that was really like, it was a good experience. And I felt good just helping you because I seen where you were headed. I knew that you had your goals, your aspirations. And as an entrepreneur, it's really hard doing it by ourselves.
It is.
And a lot of people don't understand, like, okay, yeah, especially, you know, we want to do things by ourselves. I'm a one-woman show. We like to be in control of the situation, but sometimes, yes, when we have genuine help or people that kind of think like us to be around to help give us that push, I was like, yeah, I got to be there for him. And I think that really started our friendship, for real.
Meant a lot for me because, like, after the first fight, I don't know if this was like my first hood famous moment or whatever you want to call it.
No, it was.
But I swear, like, when I showed up again, man, everybody was looking for me. Like, they was like, you fighting again?
And you're like, no, I'm selling.
Yeah, but what's crazy, though, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I watch that fight and I think about that fight all the time. I wish I put it on my YouTube.
You should, just for, like, memories.
That fight felt like a movie to me.
Yeah.
Like, that first fight.
That's what made me want to buy the book. I was like, I gotta see who this person is.
And what's crazy, like, you talking about it's more personal because, again, my first fight was in 2017. Mm-hmm. That fight was in 2021. Mm-hmm. And, like, I remember I trained almost 6 months straight leading up to that. Mm-hmm. And even though, like, I didn't get the win, it was so close. We went 3 rounds. We were only supposed to go 2.
Yeah. We
went 3. And even after the third, a lot of people kept saying, like, bro, it really could have went either way. Mm-hmm. But for me, it wasn't even about that win. Like, I got the win because I got back on the mat.
Right.
I would have always felt defeated if I never went back out there on that mat and fought again. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that I went back out there, I fought my heart out, and I just
determination.
Felt amazing seeing the pictures, man, and man, it was a time. It was magical.
And I feel like you don't understand. A lot of people don't understand. Martial arts is a form of telling a story. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't appreciate it because we see, you know, boxing, we see people doing their street fights, but actually learning the art of self-control within yourself, learning how to protect yourself, it tells a story. It has a beauty within it. And you don't know how you touch people just with your fight. And that's why when we came back to sell the books and stuff like that, everybody was looking for it again because you really impacted them with the story that you told on that mat for all 3 of them rounds.
And that's why I say I'm getting back to Rasta Riek because, like, I actually haven't sold a book in a while.
Really?
I've been so focused. 2022, I was just working. That's all I was doing.
Grinding.
So I was just so focused on working, I didn't work on me. Like, and then when I cut my locks off, I lost me. It's like I was about 2022. I had a whole new identity.
Really?
Like, I was still using what I built up as Rastariek in the beginning, but then a whole new identity shift. I was in a whole new lane, a whole new career. I was doing security. Like, everything changed.
Oh yeah, I remember the security days.
So it's like I'm just thinking to myself, where did I go wrong at? Like, literally, like, I say August of last year.
But see, I don't think that you did wrong.
Then that's the opposite. It's not that it's wrong. It's just I'm off the path. You know what I'm saying? I got back on my path November when I locked my hair back up. That was the first start, getting back on the path. And I feel like I've been right on track since April this year.
That's good.
April this year, I started just feeling a little bit better. I got my barber's license. You know what I'm saying? I got a better sense of self. And what you was just saying about the story of martial arts, I'm actually getting ready to do something like that, new series on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Much using, how can I put it? I'm basically using martial arts in a way to show people how to live a healthy lifestyle.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
We need that.
And when I say lifestyle, like, you know how you just got, fitness, do this and eat like this. I'm going for a real balance. And I don't want to necessarily say holistic because everything we truly do is holistic anyway.
Without us knowing.
Yeah, so I feel like it would be redundant to say it. But, like, truly showing folks, like, you don't got to be on your Jackie Chan or, you know what I'm saying? Just understand the basic principle and the mindset of what martial arts is for. I don't expect you to do no backflips. I can't do the backflip. But what I want you to understand is why we put ourselves through this. So that way, when you're not training, you can still take that wisdom and apply it to elsewhere. I did an episode months ago called The Hybrid Warrior. And that was like the first taste of what this new series is.
Okay.
So just stay tuned. You'll see it.
But I feel like this goes hand in hand. Like when I first met you, how you wanted to create a community center. So I feel like this is kind of going hand in hand, or at least like a stepping stone for that. I don't know if there's that still like a dream for you to do.
It's still a dream. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about it yesterday. So yeah, it's still a dream.
Well, that would be definitely dope too. And I can still see you doing it the same way that you explained it to me, you know, selling the books and actually writing more books. And I'm glad that you're getting back to writing and you're getting back to yourself. And also too, like, you're doing the thing, even with barbering. Like,
thank you.
Yeah, I seen you. I be seeing you on the ground now.
I'm getting ready to get back. I had to leave my shop for some business reasons. Okay. Let's just say they don't conduct business the way I want to, but we'll leave it at that.
We're gonna just leave it though. We're gonna leave it on.
We live in a generation now where I notice a lot of young adults are undermined strictly for our age. Yes. And I'm gonna just go and say right now that's some bullshit. Straight the fuck up.
No, seriously.
Real talk, because a person, I'm gonna try to tone it down a little bit because I got passionate.
You're fine.
A person, MF, that's what I want to say. A person will really sit here and try to dim your light.
Sure will.
And you ain't necessarily overdoing it. It's just when you carry yourself to a high standard, it shows.
It does.
You feel me?
I feel like a lot of people feel like because they didn't get to do it at the same age that you're doing it, and you're kind of like in the same, like how we neck to neck, and you about 20 years younger than me.
Exactly. Like, just being real, you got Diamond, you got Cupid's account.
Sure do.
You feel me?
A lot of people out here is Cupid.
Exactly. You feel me? But my whole thing with the whole barbershop situation is that you have somebody in your ear telling you they want to see you blow up, this, that, and that. But as you doing things to separate yourself, not necessarily in the sense of not working as a team, but separating yourself in the sense to promote yourself as a brand. As a business, they want to bring you down.
Of course, because a lot of people, you know that fake love is strong, and then you have a lot of people that will play to be the friends. Whole time they're counting on your downfall, they're plotting on your downfall. For sure. So it's a lot of people out here, and that I see within one thing that I hate about our community, they don't want nobody to win.
For sure.
They feel like I've gotten to this spot, this is my spot. You're not really gonna see a lot of people, you know, really helping people with their opportunities. You're going to see them like, oh, I'll give you a little bit, but you can't surpass me because I want to be at the top. And I don't like that, you know?
And that's the exact energy that was going on. And I had to ask myself, it was like, bro, do you want to just keep here and use it for your situation for the time being and leave? Or set the tone now? Because in my mind, if I stay here, I can stay here and use him to build my clientele and dip. I can do that. But I can just stand on my own respect and not allow him to disrespect me blatantly in my face. You feel what I'm saying?
And see, when it gets that far, that's when you gotta go.
Exactly. Jump off the porch before you know you're ready.
Sometimes you gotta do it. And I used to, like I said, I used to be one of them people that like, look, I gotta have my next opportunity. But sometimes if you give to God, God will lead you in the right way. Oh, yes. And you are not always you can't always control every situation. So sometimes you just gotta let things play out. But stand on your worth first. And it's not just standing on your worth, because we might know our worth and we might let some things go. You got to stand on your worth and tax it. You got to add tax to it.
That's the 2 cent. Keep the chain.
You it is 2 cent. Keep the chain. This is the country boy. I got the country boy up in here for real, y'all.
I'm the big country king of the South. T.I. had his throne. I'm taking over.
I know that's right. Rasta Riek. So let's talk about wealth.
All right, let's talk about it.
Okay. So, what does wealth mean to you beyond financial abundance, and how can individuals cultivate a more holistic understanding of wealth?
Wealth, I like this.
Look, I made sure I got you some good questions.
Let me lay down the asphalt for this one, because y'all ain't ready for it. Let's take it back to history. And I feel like this will give a better understanding of what wealth is. When you look at great empires, when you look at great conquerors, when you look at all these great civilizations, every empire, every warrior, in order to run a war or march a campaign at large, you need some form of wealth. Yep. No king, emperor, conqueror in this world of history was broke. If they started off broke, they build their wealth from the boots up. Of course. And we all know that bootstrapping is very hard to do.
It sure is.
It takes years.
If you ever been,
it takes years to build that.
It do.
So wealth is not just about the money that you have. Wealth is an accumulation of things from the amount of money and assets you have. And that's two different things. Money is liquid cash.
Of course.
You can pull it out your pocket.
Amen.
Assets is things that you bought with money that retain value. This watch is an asset. I can go sell this and make that money back. You know what I'm saying?
Sure can.
Even these pieces right here, these technology pieces, these are assets. You can sell them and make that money back. So money and assets, your network, because who you know, the people you know,
of course,
that's resources as well.
It sure is.
Your network is your net worth. And a fourth one is just your energy. Period. You can't do anything.
And say that one more time. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but say that one more time. Your network is your net worth.
Your network is your net worth.
I like that one. We got to stamp that one.
Who you know can get you into a lot of other doors, and they can probably do stuff for you that might not cost you no money.
Amen.
They might be able to give you $1 million worth of gain, and now you don't got to invest $1 million. You only got to go invest 5,000. You know what I'm saying? So
hold on, clap it up.
Yeah,
I like that one.
So when we're defining wealth, we can't look at it so linear. You gotta be a little bit more abstract with it. You gotta be a little more complex. I like to look at everything from a battlefield mentality. So all your resources, and that's what I like to call wealth. Money is a resource. It's a tool. You know what I'm saying? People, we're resources and tools. Just being real, we should be useful to each other. Even say that in the Bible, Quran, wherever you want to look at it. Be useful to your fellow man. We should all be striving to use each other and be useful in some kind of way, because at the end of the day, you still gonna eat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So wealth, and I think I hit that last part for the holistic approach.
Yes, you did.
It should most definitely be defined as the amount of resources a person has.
I like that. Oh, hold on. We gotta get a moment of silence for that one, because, like I said, the one that mostly sticks out to me is network is your net worth. A lot of people nowadays, they're more concerned about, social media followers. That's what they think that's gonna get them into any door.
That is not your network.
It is not.
For the most part, that's not. Just being real, and I can even be 1,000. It's folks that I know I could probably go hit up right now on Instagram. For whatever reason, I want to hit them up. It's not that these people are bad. It's just you tend to operate with people, feel them. It ain't nothing against that.
Nothing against that person.
It's just you want to work with a specific person based off the vibe y'all share. You know
of
what I'm saying?
course.
You want to make sure y'all can work.
Because that's what's gonna make it more organic to your viewers. And a lot of people, they look at Instagram followers and views and like, oh, they making the money, they making this. Little do they know, content creators really do not make any money.
And just being real, content creation is acting. I be telling people this all the time. Like, people be like, oh, I think it's cringe that this person set a camera up just to fake wake up. You don't say that when your favorite actor do it on TV.
You sure don't. And that's one of their gateways to get into that.
Exactly.
A lot of the content creators that you see, they either want to make music or they want to be in a movie. And 9 times out of 10, later on down the line, you've been supporting them for all these years, and you either see them in a movie or you'll see them making music.
And hold on, let me go back. How do you expect somebody to just wake up and the camera was already up? Unless they just went to bed with the camera recording. Memory storage all filled up.
Now you know that didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying. So like, why people be like, oh, it's cringe. They really prop the camera up to go back and sleep and get back up. Duh. Like,
it's a form of for some people.
It's creating content. The dude tell you this his morning routine. He ain't say he just woke up today. That morning routine probably shooting 6 in the evening.
And you know it. You know it.
Like. I just think people just want to hear themselves talk, bro. Like, I ain't cap.
Yes, yeah, they do.
It be killing me when I hear the stuff people say when it comes to content creation.
Now, what do you watch? Because that's also too, like, I like to ask my viewers, what type of stuff did you feed yourself? Like, do you entertain the drama BS or do?
I was watching Brother Ben X on the way here.
Really?
Brother Ben X, he pretty much do a lot of the same content I do. He talk. It's just he a Muslim.
Yeah.
Nation Islam. But he talk about digital assets. He talk about your mindset. He talk about the things he went through in the back in the past and how he got there. And naturally, I draw a lot of inspiration from Brother Ben X because I used to think we were the same age. Come to find out, he almost 30. but he just looked young than a mug. But he country than a mug, just like I am. So I can operate. I can listen to the content. I'm entertained because it's almost like I'm listening to myself. But I do watch more things that usually lead into the lines of fitness, wellness, entrepreneurship. That's typically what I watch. One of my homeboys, he said, I noticed you watch a lot of white folks. I was like, well, shoot, they the one teaching the game. Yeah. Just being real.
Yeah.
I listen to black folks too, but they teaching the game. And then at the same time, and I said this in one of my morning shows, when you going to war, and I'm using this metaphorically,
of course,
you need to know how your opponent think. And just being 1,000, America is a Eurocentric country.
Yes.
And it's founded and run on Eurocentric principles.
It is.
And business is most definitely conducted in a Eurocentric way.
Oh, most definitely.
So, just being the smart, intelligent black man that I am, it just made sense to, well, okay, I can go learn from my brother on how to go do business with brothers. I need to talk to him.
Understandable.
Just being real.
Understandable.
And when I say this, I need y'all to understand when I'm saying this. I got two words for men. I got brothers, and I got niggas. We got another group of niggas, but we don't like to talk about them niggas.
We don't.
Them niggas is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
AK bitch niggas. Them the niggas that ain't got their shit together. They doing that lame shit. We ain't with it. But we don't talk about them too much.
Dang, I needed a stronger drink
Me
for
too.
that one.
And when I say niggas, I don't mean niggas disrespectfully. I mean the niggas that's not unknowing.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Niggas, they do nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just genuinely don't
do
know.
it. They don't know.
And they probably want better for themselves. But they not in the environment, or they ain't been around enough people to get out of that situation. That's the only problem. I hate it when people try to use the hood and stuff as a cop out, which I do understand because I grew up in the hood. But at the same time, it is an access to information and the type of people you're around.
Most definitely.
So when I say niggas and brothers, we got niggas and we got brothers. My job, when I'm listening to black folks teaching business and stuff, I want to listen to the black folks that's doing business with niggas.
Right.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a country, bougie type dude. I'm gonna be 1,000.
You are.
I can put on the bougie when it's time. You know, I be like, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Tyreek.
I'm really cool. You need to be a comedian.
I'm just saying, like, I really love you guys, and I'm really just proud to be here. Like, I'm really honored. This is a wonderful opportunity.
And then I can switch it up on you, so you're on God. Then look, you feel me? I can just switch it up. So you gotta know how you doing big. Cause I want to get the niggas and turn them to brothers.
I know that's right.
And then when I'm doing business with brothers, I need to make sure I'm talking to brothers. How normally I'm just talking, which is I'm talking to you.
Right.
When I'm dealing with them folk, I'm like, all right, so you feel me? Look, you feel me ain't going nowhere, but I'm gonna get bougie with it.
You gonna get bougie with it.
But the you feel me ain't going nowhere because I need to know these white folks feel me.
Right.
But all I'm saying is that there's a certain way I want to communicate a message. So when I'm watching different podcasts, I listen to different type of people just so I can learn how to communicate
with others.
And then just being real, I receive information a certain way too. When I'm trying to learn, I need somebody that speaks clearly.
Of course.
Just being 1,000 with you, too many Atlanta dudes speak way country than I do.
Yes.
And I can't understand.
I mean, it's Ebonics at that point.
It's something. it got something in it. And it got a whole lot of that. I think it got a perk in it and some.
Oh, yeah. Some lean,
all that. I don't want none of them. I want a Benadryl. I'm good. I don't even take medicine.
I know that's right.
But I just need to listen to a certain type of tone.
Of course.
When I'm receiving.
And I feel like code switching is healthy. Yeah. A lot of people have a negative connotation on it, for us black people, like that code switching is bad. It actually helps you. Knowing your room and knowing how to exceed in that room is very important.
Well, and again, it's all a part of business. It's all a part of war. It's all about marketing. Like, just being 1,000, if I know this dude is straight off Bolton Road, Moreland Avenue, or whatever, me talking to him in the most clearest, bougiest type way that I normally do, it ain't gonna hit home for him.
True.
You gotta be able to communicate your message in the way that your audience gonna receive it.
Of course.
And that's been my new focus lately for like the past couple of months, is being able to project my message in the way my audience receive it. The avatar that I have in my head, I feel like that person is probably just like me. They probably code switch too, but I know who I'm hitting. I'm looking for them niggas.
Right.
Them lost niggas.
And that's fine because also, too, that's what I want to do as well. Like, with this show, I bring on different guests for a reason. Yeah, I could sit and do this by myself at the camera and talk and say everything. But hearing other people's stories, You never know what somebody is going through. You never know who can relate to you. You never know who will reach out to you for help. There's a lot of people that are alone and they feel like they're alone. So to see different walks of life, different people come on this show and tell their story and say, you know, look, we go through I know you want to do this. I know you want to better yourself. I want to do that too. Come on. Let me take you with me.
And that's what I actually like about your show. When I first seen it, I just seen it on Instagram. At first, I didn't know what your show was about. But then, as I kept watching, I was like, I think she's just a story collector, because I noticed there's no consistent pattern of the type of people you got on there.
Of course.
You just getting stories out. And you know what? That's cool, because we don't got enough people telling stories. Like, doing Lyft, there's a lot of people that do cool work out there.
It is.
Like, people do some cool stuff. And I'm just like, wow. Like, this one guy, he run chains. He a district manager for racetrack. But just being real, looking at him, I never would have guessed that.
Of course.
Like, he don't even look like that's what he do. But at the same time, that's the cool part. You never know what folks do when you're looking at them. Like, nobody know when they look at me, I wrote 2 books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I'm just playing.
But most folks don't know that. And I'm going to be 1,000 with you. One of my favorite things to do is mess with white people. When I'm driving... doing Lyft, and they get in the car, especially when they drunk, because they love to talk.
They love to talk, and they love to give tips.
I have the hoodest ass shit playing. I'm talking about the hooded ass shit playing. And then they'll ask me a question, and I'll get deep on them. They'll be so confused. They'll be like, I wasn't expecting that. Or like, I'll have a podcast going. I'll do it on purpose. I'll wait till I pick them up. And I put, like, the other day I put on Way of Superior Man podcast on. And what's crazy, this white guy and his girl got in the car. And they was just talking about something. We having a conversation. And I like to do that because it also changes the way,
the outlook that they look at on us.
Because I didn't want to say enemy. I don't believe we have enemies.
I don't believe we have enemies.
But we do have
a negative connotation. I feel like we have a negative connotation on us as a people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I feel like a lot of people don't. They're. Oh, you know this. Oh, you've been here.
And that's what I think. I want to change the narrative, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta hold each other to a standard, because put it like this. Even when I'm doing Lyft, even if that white person, Arab, whoever, never meet me again, if their experience with me was nice and they like how I carry myself,
it might change.
Maybe they'll look at other black men different. That's why, like, just being real, I do like getting fresh. I don't know if some folks sing, but I can get fresh.
Oh, you sure can.
But at the same time, I never really co-signed to a strong Eurocentric way of dressing.
And I definitely seen that.
Again, when it comes to my lost brothers, I'm calling them brothers now, because that's what they're gonna be brothers.
They're gonna be brothers.
When it comes to them, again, I want them to see that, for one, bro, I'm just like you. I grew up in the hood too. You know what I'm saying? I like Jordans. I don't buy them because them bitches too high, but I like Jordans. I got some on right now. You feel me? I need them to know that you can redefine success. Success don't gotta necessarily be suit and tie.
It sure don't.
Success don't gotta be them skinny ass Amiri jeans and a goddamn Balenciaga shirt that don't even match the shoes you got on.
Right.
It don't even gotta be this thick ass chain. Success can be that $50 shirt, outfit that you got out of H&M. Which I love H&M.
But the knowledge.
But what matters is really up here. You can look at most of your big not celebrities, big entrepreneurs, like Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, whatever his name.
I know what you meant.
Dude wear a t-shirt on a regular. He show up with t-shirts and jeans and his couches. But that bank account
is on rock. Okay.
That bank account a little different.
And I think that's another thing. Like you said, we do need to teach our community that it's not about the jewels, it's not about the cars, it's not about the women, it's not about tricking, or trying to trick these niggas out of stuff. It's not about that. It's about the knowledge and how you want to shape yourself as a human being in the community.
And that's it. And that's why.
And what mark you want to leave on this world.
That's why my mark is to redefine how black success is looked at as far as me. And the reason why I really want to hit black folks as a whole. I'm gonna tell you why I don't choose to go as a whole. Now, the content I post can benefit black men, black women.
It can.
But the reason why I'm starting with men is because I notice a trend. And I've been waiting to talk about this.
Ooh, let's talk about it, because I've been noticing it too.
Black men has became lazy. We became lazy.
I got the right person on the show.
We've lost our standard. And I feel like the only reason black women are acting out is because the men ain't in line with themselves to get their woman in line. Nigga, you ain't in line with yourself.
Right.
How you gonna get a woman to get in line?
Right. And then also too, like, or even not even just to get in line, to take you serious.
No, seriously, because you don't take yourself seriously. And that's the problem. I feel like if more men started taking themselves seriously, women will take that man seriously. And just being real, one thing I noticed, I done worked in the clubs. I done did security at the strip clubs. And one thing about me, I'm an observationist.
Of course.
I see and hear almost everything. And I don't even like the club, so I'm doing a lot more listening than I'm doing talking.
Of course.
And I hear these women on what they talk about. And I hear the stress that they going through. I see and understand why these women act so hard and do the shit they do. And then, yes, it pissed me the fuck off.
Right.
But I gotta ask myself, what's the root cause of this?
Right.
So then when I get around my fellow niggas and my fellow brothers, and I'm saying both, because brothers can fuck up.
Yeah.
Men gon' fuck up.
Oh.
King Solomon was the wisest man in history, but even he had fuck up.
But at the end of the day, we're all not perfect.
Exactly.
So
but,
yes.
And this is, but when I get around these other men and I hear how they talk, I'm just thinking, well, that's why Arlicia said that. You know what I'm saying? That's why Cherie said that. That's why Shantae said that. That's why Carisha said that. That's why Trinity said that. Because Tyrone, Jacoby, and Montel, they doing this same ass shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And until and then they co-signing on
Of course.
it. They encouraging they bros to do it.
And see, that's another thing.
That's the problem. They not holding their own brothers accountable.
I
They
love
getting
that.
lazy. The prime example of what most brothers say, shoot, he his own man. He grown. He make his own decisions. Bro, if your homeboy got a girl, why would you encourage him to go cheat on her? And if he do cheat on her, I ain't saying you gotta be the snitch, but you need to tell your partner straight up. And I done it before. I told my partner straight up, I said, bro, I'm not finna let you do that.
There we go.
I'm like, you can talk to her or I'm gonna talk to her.
Yes.
Straight up. And if you a man, you better talk to her.
Right.
Because I shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
Because if I talk to her, I ain't gonna rock with you no more. Because why I'm speaking
Why
for
am I
you?
speaking for you,
feel
as
me?
a man?
So and that's the thing. Like the moment other men, for one, you gotta hold yourself to a standard. Keep that up. You can't hold nobody else up. You can't keep yours up.
Of course.
Keep yours up. Build yourself. Get
Of
your
course.
mind right. Get your body right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Get
Yes,
right
ladies.
with your most high.
Yes, ladies.
Whoever your most high is, Jah is mine. But whoever yours is, get right with.
Of course.
Because that's another thing. A man can't lead a woman if he ain't led by God. You gotta have that higher power.
I'm sorry, all these gems are being dropped. I hope you guys are listening.
They dropping today. It ain't no more 2 cents. It done went up to 5.
It done went up to 5.
Gas is getting high.
Might be 10.
Might be 10. That's a whole dime. So look, all right, cool. We got a dime. I'm gonna flip this nick on you real quick.
All right, let me see.
What I'm saying is, when a man can get himself right and hold himself to a standard, it's his job to take that same standard and hold the brothers around him to that standard. You hear what I'm saying?
I'm here with you.
Because now that one brother is gonna build them other brothers up.
Of course.
Let's just say it's 4 of them, so they 5 together. Them other 4, whoever they're around, they gonna build another 4. They gonna build another 4. Then they gonna build another 4. And it's a chain effect.
It sure
so
is.
now women don't gotta worry about saying where the good men at, where the good men at, because well shoot, we don't brought them to life. So if a woman can't find a good man now at this point, then
now
shoot,
we gotta look
ask the
within
woman.
yourself, right? And that's why I be telling also the ladies, like, look, you don't let a man change who you are.
At all.
Don't let him define who you are. A man does not define you. You define you.
Period.
If you know that you're a loving, genuine person and you want to be married or you want to have something long lasting, you stick to that. You don't change that just because you seen so many bad apples. Maybe you need to look within yourself and see what you need to change for the reason why you're attracting that. It's hard, but it's very simple when it comes to how do I find a good man? Well, first, are you a good woman?
And see, you know, I love to say that because I've actually had women even ask me questions like that. And I'm gonna just be real. Sometimes you gotta be careful what you gotta tell women because I notice women want the truth.
Yes.
But they don't mean tell them the truth all the way. Only if the truth is hard to swallow.
There we go. There we go.
Only if the truth hard to swallow. So in me, I ain't gonna sugarcoat too
You very
much.
forward.
I tell you, I try to tell you, but if it ain't no way to get around it, I'm gonna hurt your feelings a little bit. But
Yeah.
it's because I love you.
Of course.
But that's why sometimes I gotta ask women like, do you want to know or you just saying?
Saying it.
Because if you really want to know, I'm gonna tell you. But if you know you ain't ready for that truth yet, I'm gonna tell you to figure it out. Well, all I'm gonna tell you, look at yourself.
Look at yourself.
Cause that's the nicest way I can put it. Because just being real, if you want me to tell you the truth, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm like, you ain't found no good man. Cause look what you're doing. Look at your habits. Look how you're living. You
look at where your priorities are.
Exactly.
Because your focus is on getting the man, but have you done anything to make sure that you're good enough? You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean it like, I mean literally look deep in. How do you manage your daily life? How do you think? Have you healed your traumas?
And just being real, like, I know everybody probably tired of hearing like the high value man, this, there, and that, but if we being 100% real, a man, he wants a woman that thinks like a woman, like,
right? Not like a man.
Like, yeah, like
that book. Don't read that book.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I still love you, Steve.
Another thing I can't stand is when females got that whole mean persona, thinking it's cute.
But I think that's also too trauma. I think it's.
Yeah, I think that's a self-defense thing. But I know that it's some female that be doing that stuff like oh, I'm mean, like
it's toxicity.
Yeah,
that's a sign of not in control of your emotions.
And that's exactly what it is. But see, that's the thing. Like, again, I'm gonna go back all this because I live my mindset in war. Like, I've been doing martial arts for almost 20 years. But you got hold on, let me slow down. When I look at women, first of all, y'all gotta understand that y'all stronger than me. Y'all stronger than we can ever be. And it's not about physicality. It's just about anything outside of physical. Y'all run.
Amen.
And just being real, what's in between y'all legs gonna run the world regardless.
Amen.
Just being real.
Because we bring life in and everything.
I ain't gonna say too much, but you know women strong when men try to be women. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how you know women strong. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, to continue with my
next time on the booth.
How do you expect somebody to just wake up and the camera was already up? Unless they just went to bed with the camera recording. Memory storage all filled up.
Now you know that it happened.
That's what I'm saying. So like, why people be like, oh, let people do it.
You should.
If they want to, let them. Like, and the reason why I say that, 9 times out of 10, they already accepted what they was getting into in their head when they did certain things for you.
Of course.
So to just be real, you probably don't even gotta do too much.
Of course.
But
drop the roof and let the smoke clear. I got diamonds doing sissy slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas strip.